homesteading to prepping to common horse sense, we are College Hill Farm. Welcome back to College Hill Farm. Well, today we're going to talk about some things that it's just going to take us a little bit of time to get to. Now, we've started the demolition of what used to be an old half bath, and it used to come in through the kitchen. And who wanted a bathroom off your kitchen? Can you imagine going in there and leaving a big stanky and then opening the door right into the kitchen? No. So we've tore that bathroom out. I've taken down, we had steel pipe, steel drain pipe, and a whole mishmash of wild plumbing here on the farm. 40 years worth of changes and make do plumbing. So I took a lot of that down. If you look right back here, you'll see where I brought in the new plumbing for the bathroom, and I've got rid of a lot of this overhead stuff. So now this is clear walk, where I can walk all the way front and back without having a problem. So that's cleared up some room in our basement so we can do some other things. But I'm going to go ahead and probably over the course of the next 2 weeks, I'll show you the renovation of turning that half bath into a full-blown kitchen pantry. Now, we've got a pantry downstairs. You've seen it, okay? That's where the freezers are. That's where we store our canned goods. But we want a pantry for the kitchen, for those things that you're going to use regular, and you just restock it from downstairs. You bring it up and go ahead and put it in there. So we're going to do that. We're going to create a kitchen pantry, and I'm also going to create Crystal a utility shelf, a utility closet for her mixers and things like that. Her canners and her mixers and great big pots, and okay, we're going to fix a shelf for that in the kitchen and paint it the same color of the cabinets that are there. So let's go up and look at the space that we're talking about doing. Now, what I'm standing in is a 4x4 kitchen pantry, or is a 4x4 half bath. It was crowded no matter what you did, but it was probably put in. This was probably a kitchen pantry. Okay, right here, what you're seeing, this is where the door was. We took the old door down, and right on the other side of this wall is the refrigerator in the kitchen. So we closed that door off. Our kitchen had 6 doorways in it when we came here. So we closed the doorway off, took it down to 5. Is that right? 1, 2. Took it down to 4. Took it down to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Took it down to 4. So that left us, we could put our refrigerator somewhere else. So we had 5 entries. We closed one off. That took it down to 4 entries. So that made the kitchen a little more efficient. Gave us a little more space to put counter space and that kind of thing, and still take care of our heat pump and, you know, have our vents clear. So what this is where the refrigerator is. So we need to sheetrock this and close it back in. Now, if you look here in the floor, there's a lot to do here in the floor. Let me take you off the tripod so I can show you. Now, no matter what you do, we live in this old house. So what we've got here, this is the stairwell. You come in from the kitchen through that door, and this is a stairwell. Okay, it's hard to show everything here. But now what we did was we just broke through the wall on the back side of this. So I've got to cut that off and get everything framed back in for a doorway there. Now, we're not going to put a door there. We're just going to put a step in. But you can see where I've been tearing up where the old commode and stuff was. I don't want to leave that old wood there. It was not nice. The wood underneath, the subfloor is just fine, but the rest of it was in pretty bad shape, and I didn't want to leave any of it. Plus, I'm taking off, I've got all this lath and plaster that was in the way, so I've cut all this out, and we're going to turn this into a pantry. Now that electrical is going to have to stay, so I'm going to have to work around it. But you don't want to bury a junction box. That was just the way that this was already done, and I didn't change it, and I'm probably not going to change it. It's one of those things that you just live with what you got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create shelves in here. You know, this is a 9-foot ceiling, so I can create shelves way up through there and give Crystal a little ladder that she can pull out and then just walk up on. Got some holes to close up in the sheetrock, so I'll show you how to cover those up and hide them. But other than that, this is what we're going to be doing for probably the next few weeks. Hopefully it won't take too long, because I need to get it built in my tractor shed. But that's where we're at. I've tore this part out, and I'll show you the pipe I took outside. Miss Wampus wants to say hi to everybody. She says, can I have something to eat? She's ready for dinner. Probably ready for some water. Yeah, she's ready for some water. Tell them again. Say hi. Okay. Now, over here is the steel pipe, the cast iron pipe that I took out. You know, there's about 30 foot of that. I cut it in sections. It's about 10 to 15 pounds per foot. It was tough carrying it out of the basement. I'm old and fat, and this was hard stuff. It's hard cutting it down too. Cut it down with a sawzall because I couldn't get a grinder to it, and I didn't want to use a grinder in the basement. Okay, that's what's going on at College Hill Farm. It's wintertime. Doing these indoor things is always a bonus in the winter. We'll do part of this in the workshop. I'll make part of it out there, bring it in here. I'm going to enclose this out to about here, so I'll leave a doorway about 2 foot wide. Anything smaller than 2 foot, and I can't get my old fat butt through it. So we'll make a doorway here about 2 feet wide, and then all the shelves, and we'll just bring you along for the ride. I got some drywalling to do, some electrical to do, some the whole bit. There's a whole bunch of stuff to do. So if you like this kind of stuff, this homestead and do-it-yourself kind of thing, be certain to come on out to the channel and subscribe. We do this homestead stuff every week, sometimes 1, sometimes 5 videos. Just depends on what's going on in the homestead that week. Now, if you hit the little bell when you come to the channel, it'll notify you when we upload a video. We upload every Sunday. Now, with that being said, it's time to get started.